Thank you so much, Mustafa. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Thank you all for being here tonight to support our sister Ilhan. She has come a long ways. And like Mustafa said, she's fighting our fight. You and I have no clue what she goes through on a daily basis, how she fights those fights, how she has to make people hear her. The slightest things that comes out of her mouth makes a big wave. And like I said, you and I have no clue, seriously. So today, I stand before you not just as a fellow Muslim, but as someone who believes deeply in the power and potential of our community, you all. We are a people of faith, resilience, and determination. And it is time for us to harness these qualities to shape our future through political action. In the world we live in today, being politically active is not just a choice. It is a necessity. If nothing else, since 9/11, it has become a big necessity for us that we are still not realizing. Our voices, our concerns, and our values must be heard in the corridors of power. We cannot afford to remain silent, spectators, while decisions are made that affect our lives, our families, and our communities, and our brothers and sisters around the world. The Quran reminds us, Allah does not change the condition of a people until they change what is within themselves. This powerful verse calls us to action. We cannot simply wait for change to happen. It will not happen miraculously. We must actively participate in shaping the world around us. As Muslims, we are blessed with a rich heritage of social justice and equality. Our faith teaches us to stand up for what is right, to speak out against injustice, and to work towards a better world for all. And what better way to honor these teachings than by actively participating in the political process? But let me be clear. Political activism does not mean that you just go and vote. That's the least. It means getting involved at every level of society, from local community organizing to national advocacy, which a lot of us are doing today. It means educating ourselves about the issues that affect us and our neighbors, and then working tirelessly to address them. In March this year, during the primaries, I ran for the Alameda County Democratic Central Committee. I ran as an incumbent. And my district was all of Fremont and all of Newark. And can you imagine how many votes I got? Any guess? 3,300 votes. Is that all of Fremont's Muslim population and all of Newark's Muslim population? I would say Fremont has at least, if I'm not mistaken, probably 20 to 30,000. Maybe I'm wrong, but at least. And even if half of them would have voted, I would have won. But even as an incumbent, I lost. And this was a very powerful seat. Central Committee is the governing body of the Democratic Party within your county. And they are the movers and shakers. They make the rules and regulations that affect us, and also at the DNC level, the Democratic National level. So my voice is done. I will be done in November because I lost. So this is it. I'll be done. And I was the only Muslim voice there, besides our state senator, Aisha Wahab, who is, she is an elected member, but she's never there. She's always in Sacramento because that's where her job is. Her alternate is there at the Central Committee meetings, but if anything comes up, she knows how to vote. If there's something that's already on the agenda, she will tell her alternate how to vote for it. But if something comes up at the meeting, she's not there to address it, and there's nobody there. last November, we passed a resolution, a ceasefire resolution at the Central Committee. I'm a co-chair of the resolution committee. It was so difficult to pass that resolution because the Jewish lobby is very strong. The minute they get the news that something of this nature is coming, they mobilize immediately. And tens of thousands of people would come out, and they write letters, and they come to the meetings. They are always there. I mean, even in city of Fremont, when we went there, we found out that there were people from the Jewish community who were at the meetings in Los Gatos, who were at the meetings in Dublin. So, like, there are people who are just moving from one city council to the other city council to the other city council, talking about their talking points. And what about us? We have a very limited number of people who come to these meetings. But alhamdulillah, the number is increasing, but we want to see more and more and more people. All of you here need to start going to your city council meetings. You know, today when I go, Hindus and Muslims, we are from the same subcontinent, our background is the same. But they are way ahead of us now, way ahead. In school boards, everywhere, at city council meetings, every time I see a Hindu person or two that would come and talk about issues in their community. They learn, they make themselves visible, they are active. But if we don't go, we are not there. We are not active. We don't learn anything. So for the November elections, the party is going to establish a headquarters, and Fremont, there will be one. Last night, there was a fundraiser in Hayward. I went there. Again, I was the only Muslim. No, there was actually one more Muslim there. But there was a full table of Hindus, and there were several Jewish members of the Democratic Party that were there. Again, we are not there. So can you imagine if you are not there, who is talking for you? Nobody's talking for you. Nobody's representing you. If you have allies, if you're lucky to have allies, yeah, they will say a little bit here and there. But nobody can advocate for you as strongly as you can for yourself. I would encourage all of you, my brothers and sisters, who are retired like myself and have the time, please start getting involved. And this does not stop at only people who are retired. I'm just making it up, but anybody and everybody at any level that you can, please start getting involved. We are the role model for our children. I hear this very regularly from people my age. They say, oh, now the youth are responsible. Now the baton is in their hands. No, we cannot give the baton to them when we did not do anything. They're not going to do anything. They are young, they have families, they're taking care of their children. It's hard for them to keep their heads above water. It is us, and every one of us is responsible. We are accountable for our own actions. So there are certain things, there are a few things that I will tell you that you can do just to make up, if you want to write them down or whatever. First of all, I hope everybody in this room is registered to vote. If you are not, please, please register to vote. Now, starting this year, everybody in California started getting the ballot in the mail. So you have the ballot in your home. You know, for my election, I heard people telling me that they tossed the ballot. They didn't know what to do with it. I guess they were overwhelmed. They had never seen a ballot in their life or whatnot. Anyways, so make sure that you are registered and you vote. Voting is not just our right, it is our duty. Please bear this in mind, it is our duty. Educate yourselves. Research candidates, political platforms, and issues that affect our community. Engage in civic discourse. Discuss political matters with your family and friends, respectfully, of course. Support Muslim candidates and organizations. We have two Muslim candidates sitting right here, Ilhan and Antonio. MashaAllah. Empower those who represent us. And it does not stop only at Muslim candidates. We should support every candidate that share our values. Because we cannot just have Muslims. There's no way. Run for office for yourself. Please, if you possess the passion and leadership qualities, run for office. But if you cannot run for office, that is fine too. You know, you can ask Ilhan how much research does she does on any issue. She has staffers who do a lot of work for her. And those staffers in every office have a lot of power in them. They can sway their bosses' minds one way or the other. They can help them understand an issue. So have your children apply for work in government offices. Not every child has to become a doctor or an engineer or an IT professional. Of course, I understand those are lucrative fields and that's where we want our children to go. Well, if your children are in those fields, tell them to give money to these campaigns because they cannot give their time, they need to give money. There are other positions in the party that are not elected. Like I said, I was running for the Central Committee. There are several positions within the party that people can run for and get elected, and that they will hold power. Our political involvement isn't just about electing Muslims, like I said. It is about advocating and policies that uplift our communities, promote peace and understanding, and create a society that reflects our values. The road ahead may be challenging, and actually it is very challenging right now, extremely challenging. We will face discrimination, prejudice, and resistance, but remember, our history is filled with examples of Muslims who have overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles through perseverance and faith. Think of early Muslims who faced persecution in Mecca, yet never wavered in their commitment to their belief. Think of the Muslim scholars and thinkers who laid the foundations of modern science and philosophy. Think of the countless individuals throughout history who have stood up for justice, even in the face of oppression. So I would urge, please get involved, host meet and greet for candidates that are running in your areas, because those things will matter. When there is local offices that will start up before the November elections, mothers can go and help the volunteers there by baking things for them, making sandwiches for them. PB&J sandwiches will do. Go to Costco, do some grocery, take it to your local headquarters, and feed those people. They need all those little things help because they become familiar with your face. They see that this person has been coming and volunteering here. They have been feeding our volunteers. So next time when you want something and you go to them, they will recognize you and they will stand up for you. But if they don't know you, sorry, that's it. They will say, yeah, whatever. You know, that's how it is. That's how the world works. It's nothing unusual that I'm saying. But thank you for your time, and inshallah, I hope that in November, all of you, and I mean all of you, anybody over 18 years of age, will vote. And today, you will, inshallah, dig deep in your pockets to help our sister Ilhan, and in the future, our brother Antonio. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.